points of Luke as he looks at the life of Jesus is his healing aspect. And so we want to talk about Jesus and anxiety therapy. Jesus and anxiety therapy. Then turning to his disciples, we're in verse 22, and we're going to move from 22 all the way to 31. Then turning to his disciples, Jesus said, "This is why I tell you not to worry about everyday life, whether you have enough food to eat or enough clothes to wear. For life is more than food, and your body is more than clothing. Look at the ravens. They don't plant or harvest or store food in barns, for God feeds them," speaking of the ravens. "And you are far more valuable to him than any birds. Can all your cares add a single moment to your life? And if worry can't accomplish a little thing like that, what's the use of worrying over bigger things? Look at the lilies and how they grow. They don't work or make their clothing, yet Solomon in all his glory was not dressed as beautifully as the lilies. And if God cares so wonderfully for flowers that are here today and thrown into the fire tomorrow, he will certainly care for you. Why do you have so little faith? And don't be concerned about what to eat and what to drink. Don't worry about such things. These things dominate the thoughts of unbelievers all over the world, but your Father already knows your needs. Seek the kingdom of God above all else, and he will give you everything you need." I stepped out in this ministry in 1993, whichever year you may be seeing this. And as I stepped out into this ministry, I turned away from my job to do it and made that decision, counseled with many people, counseled with many leaders. They all affirmed it. And it was an unmitigated disaster. As I mentioned in the last session, I mean, it caused me, walking out to do the will of God, to which you've been confirmed through prayer and through the affirmation of others, including leaders and what have you. You walk out, you believe God, and it failed. It just collapsed. It was years before it would get up on its feet. But in the meanwhile, we suffered, me and my family, in terms of stuff and things, we suffered greatly. But we never suffered in terms of every need. Not a child of mine went without clothing. Spouse didn't go without a place to live. Transportation. We will always have what you need when God is first and foremost. And I love to say, you cannot step out believing God, even if you made a mistake in it. But you just believe God. It may have been errant in the way that you believed, but he's going to honor the faith that you had at some point, as long as you didn't do anything corrupt in what you believed. Because sometimes persons can have a faith and what they believe causes them to do something that's corrupt. But as long as there's no corruption in what you have done, it was just something that you believe God led you to do, ultimately, it will return to you. I have no regrets for what I've gone through. Not any kind of way. It grew me and developed me and matured me in such a way that if it had not happened, otherwise, there's no way that I would be the person that I am today. So why worry? And all of us, watch these things. We hear these things, we learn these things, okay? But this is about Jesus. You have to know that you seek his kingdom, what he wants, what he desires. If you do that, that will always give you peace, whether bills are, due, whether your house is in question. You will always have what you need. You never have to worry about that. And then, of course, he says here, well, why even worry? Use an old word. Why even trip on the bigger things as well? All right? If he is going to, and the if gets out the way, the number one issue for believers is they don't make him first. Their workout regimen is first. What's going on with them is first. What they're going through is first. I mean, everything. Their careers are first. I mean, we could just go ad nauseum, everything, but they don't make him first. Pursue the Lord. Pursue him first thing in the morning, last thing at the night, in his word, living out his word. touch somebody with his word, encourage somebody, share somebody about him in just moments, in just a moment of time, in the time that you have. Make him number one. You'll never have to worry about it. Father, we